Hello everyone, welcome to Classroom of Basic Principles of Steel Structures. In this lesson, I will introduce some structural steel products in China, including hot-rolled steel products and cold-formed steel products. The first type of hot-rolled steel products is steel plate, including hot-rolled steel plate and flat steel. The thickness of steel plates is from 4.5 mm to 60 mm, called thick steel plate. The width of hot-rolled steel plates is from 700 mm to 3000 mm, and the width of flat steel is from 12 mm to 200 mm. See the PPT for the representation method of the steel plate. The second type of hot-rolled steel products is angles. Angles are divided into angles with equal lengths and angles with unequal lengths. The representation methods of angles are given on the PPT, and the unit is millimeter. The third type of hot-rolled steel products is the I-shapes, which divided into Europe I-shapes and lightweight I-shapes. Compared to the Europe I-shapes and the lightweight I-shapes have thinner wipes and flanges than Europe I-shapes. The representation method of Europe I-shapes is I-section height, and the unit is centimeter. The representation method of lightweight I-shapes is QI section height, and the unit is centimeter. For I-shapes over I-20, there are 3 wipe thicknesses for the same number, which are A, B, and C. For example, I-30A, I-30B, and I-30C. The fourth type of hot-rolled steel products is the channels, which divide into Europe channels and lightweight channels. Compared to Europe channels, and the lightweight channels have thinner wipes and flange than Europe channels. See the PPT for the representation method of the channels. The representation of lightweight channels is to edit a capital Q before the representation of Europe channels. For channels over channel 20, there are 2 or 3 wipe thicknesses for the same number, which are A, B, and C. For example, channel 25A, channel 25B, and channel 25C. The fifth type of hot-rolled steel products is H-shapes and split T-shapes. There are 3 types of H-shapes products in China: wide flange HW, middle flange HM, and narrow flange HN. The representation methods of H-shapes are given on the PPT, and the unit is millimeter. The split T-shapes is made of corresponding H-shapes by cutting its wipe. The representation of split T-shapes is to use capital T replacing H in the representation of H-shapes. The details see PPT. The sixth type of hot-rolled steel products is square steel tubes and steel pipes. There are 2 types of square steel tubes commonly used in construction engineering. One is weld square steel tube, and the other is hot-rolled square tube. The representation of square steel tubes shows on PPT. Like the square steel tubes, there are two kinds of steel pipes. One is a welded steel pipe, and the other is a hard-rolled steel pipe. See the PPT for the representation method of steel pipe. Cold-form steel CFS products in China have two types. One is the CFS numbers, and the other is the profiled steel sheeting. Figure 2.19 shows the typical section forms of CFS numbers. CFS numbers often made of cold-rolled thin steel plate, generally Q215, Q235, or Q345 by molding or bending. The wall thickness of CFS numbers is usually 1.5 mm to 25 mm. The profiled steel sheeting used in construction divides into color profiled steel sheeting and Euro profiled steel sheeting. The Euro profiled steel sheeting and the color profiled steel sheeting are made of cold-rolled thin steel plate, generally Q215 and Q235 by molding. The substrate thickness of Euro profile steel sheeting is usually from 0.75 mm to 2 mm, and the substrate thickness of color profile steel sheeting is generally from 0.4 mm to 1.6 mm. The profiled steel sheeting often used to make composite slab with concrete. The color profile steel sheeting often used to fabricate roof plates or wall plates. In this lesson, we learned structural steel products in China. In the next lesson, we will begin to learn the design of structural steel members. See you next time.